Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the team that I used for the Heretical Ruins, the Dead Phoenix Fire, in order to beat stage 12. Now, this stage kind of blew my mind. It was so difficult. I kind of made this team a few days ago, but I had, some other priorities to record. And, it's not going to be a free-to-play friendly team by any means. I'm telling you now, it's not free-to-play friendly, but it's the team that I did that I saw that I can actually manage to beat this boss without blasting it, with the Flora team, because we're not quite at the point yet, or at least I'm not quite at the point yet where I can blast the boss with the first ultimate. So I guess let me show you the team that I used. Obviously, keep in mind, I'm going to try and make a more free-to-play friendly team in the next few days, but let's check this one out. So the quirky thing with this boss is the fact that it does so much damage that it is mind-blowing, right? The damage that it does, it just blew my mind. If you don't have attack penalty, most of your team is just pretty much dead. Then at the same time, you want to have either a debuff remover or you want to have somebody that puts debuff immunity before the boss does the ultimate that puts AoE burden on yourself, because if you don't do that, every time the boss does an attack, he's going to be doing an AoE attack, and that's going to be really painful. So those are the two key things that you want. So for that, I have myself Reborn and Reta. And then at the same time, for the debuff immunity, I'm using Mithrasia. Again, not free-to-play friendly, I did mention that. But those are not the only two things. The third thing that's really important that you really need as well is good AoE damage dealers, right? You need to have good AoE damage dealers so that you can... I mean, look at the damage that I took. You saw that? We even had attack penalty, and still the boss did a massive amount of damage. I had attack penalty on him. So it's really tough. This boss is really tough. And, it's like I said, I just tried to throw my best stuff in there, and it kind of worked. But the quirky thing is, if you don't have good enough AoE damage to kill the boss before he does this skill again, where he kind of like tries to respawn them, he's going to be healing. And if he heals, again, you're going to have another problem. So if you don't kill them in time, you're gonna need healing prohibition, heal reduction, or healing reversal. Look at this, I even died. Like, what just happened? What just happened? I got to... Why did this team die? This one usually works. I guess, it was just bad RNG. I think it's the timings, because I land a recharge speed penalty on the boss, and if I land it a little bit too early or too late, then, it's the... Sorry, if I land it too much, then I kind of go out of sync with my rotation, but still, I kind of come back into it because of Mithrasia. And you're gonna see we're good to go. Let's see, is she gonna do her ultimate? Yep, there we go. But yeah, this is kind of the team that I'm using. Again, not free to play friendly by any means. The cool thing and the thing that I love about this one is the fact that you can see Premsa, she's just destroying it. She's such an amazing unit. She's such a good damage dealer that, you know what? I'm happy that I chose her, and that I'm happy that I'm actually able to use her over here. Now, let me show you the skill timings, which again, this works for me because I killed the boss in like 2-3 rotations. But if you don't do the same, then you might need to push some of the ultimates a little bit later, because also Reborn pushes back ultimate energy, so you can make it be a bit tricky. But let's look at the skill timings. So Premsa, then what's his name, Irzelas, and then Reborn, they kind of go full YOLO, right? It works just fine. They go in the right rotation. That's perfect. Then I have Reta. I kind of made her go a little bit later so that Reborn does his ultimate first. And then she can come and extend the duration of those debuffs. And then the key one is going to be Mithrasia that does, before the boss does the ultimate, she does her ultimate that puts debuff immunity. And then do that every 30 seconds. Now, if you see that she does it a little bit too early, because if you use this exact specific team and you push the attack, the ultimate energy to, too much behind, then maybe up this to like 32, 33, 34, whatever you feel like you need and whatever works. So that's pretty much the skill timings. Now let's go and have a look at the builds that I have on these people. Again, it's not a free-to-play friendly team. Never said it. Far from it. But let's look at the talents as always. Mithrasia, I feel like this is the best one for making her heal as often as possible. So I just went with this, especially because she brings damage reduction. So middle ground. Reta, same thing, went for the middle ground, but, didn't even max it out yet. I could maybe push all the way to over here. But you know what? Let me just do it. Because I don't see... in the near future any poisoners that I'm going to be building too fast, so this is going to be stay there. Then this is what I went with Irzelas, but maybe it's better to go down over here because you're going to have, summons when he's in the team since he brings it down, so maybe the middle ground's going to be better. I guess I'm going to leave it this for now. Rippercats went on the top side. You can also go on the bottom side if you want to extend the duration of debuffs. Just depends what you need. I kind of went with this, so he gives himself some resist. He gives himself more HP, you know, recovery. So that can be pretty good. And then Premza full on towards the middle ground. Now, let me show you the builds. Mithrasia, the Ancestral Protection, and then with the Solar Kingsword, mostly focused on her Enlightenment, HP defense. That's about it, right? So she can do as much healing as possible, and then obviously she's in there for the debuff immunity. Then Irzilas, he's pretty much there to enable Premza by doing the summons, right? Bringing the summons up, and then by also having Dawn Organ Pipe and gave him as much attack as I possibly could, so he can give, okay, this one should be maybe attack with attack percent, that's maybe on me. Let's see, okay, I didn't have one, so I guess that's why I kept it like that, but pretty much as much attack as I could get him. He's not there to specifically do damage, but to boost Premza so she can destroy things, as you saw she did. Next one's gonna be Rhaeta. I kinda give Rhaeta stuff to give her skill haste, and then have enough accuracy to land her debuffs, because she brings attack penalty on the battle skill, which can be really useful. And then just as much skill haste as possibly, so I just, no actual full set, just, you know, pairing these things together. Oh yeah, also, Irzilas, I went with the Puppeteer's Inspiration, so him and Premza can go more often, same thing for Ripika, so they go on an 18-second recharge time, right? But because, like, she's gonna be on an 17.3, Ripika is not quite there, but with the Puppeteer from Irzilas, it kind of gets down to that 18-second rotation, so that you also always do the ultimates at the exact same times that you want to. Now, when it comes to Rippercats, I actually have him from the Fey build in Holy Hunter. Don't really need this. I guess what you can go on him, you can try and give him more damage as long as he survives. Just do a damage build. Whatever gives him the most damage, go ahead and do that. Ideally, I guess the best set that you can put on him would be something like a Brotherhood Spirit, so that you can boost the damage of everybody else, right? 15% more damage, that's going to be really helpful. And obviously, the key thing is Witch's Remains. Rippercats is going to be your Witch's Remains because you need that defense penalty on the boss and the minions so you can kill them as soon as possible. Also gave him a crit rate glove in the Strike the Unprepared because, like I said, just to try and squeeze a little bit more damage out of him. And then the main damage dealer in this team is going to be Premza. She's just a monster, right? The damage that she does is insane. I focus the damage that she does based on this. The passive that says whenever an ally summoned unit appears, they deal derivative damage 7 times over 5 seconds to enemies within 1 tile around themselves. Which means I mostly focused derivative damage on her. No crit rate, no crit damage. You can see I went with high enlightenment and high attack. And you're going to see I have enlightenment over here, attack percent over here. Then again, more enlightenment, no attack. This one again, it's a mistake. I guess I didn't have an enlightenment. Okay, I do have one now, so I should go with this. And then over here again, attack with some HP. I didn't have more enlightenment, I guess, but that's what I went with. And then for the artifact, obviously went with the Queen's Fang because this is the best, you know, generic one for doing derivative damage. Just make sure she's as far as possible from the targets, and she's going to be doing some crazy damage as you noticed. But this is, like I mentioned, pretty much the team that I'm using. It's not free-to-play friendly by any means. It's the team that I found that I can do to, like, just blast this boss to kill it if I decide to farm a little bit of this one. But I'm going to be personally having a look to see what I can do to maybe make it be more relatable. I have a feeling that in order to do that, it's going to be, you know, the runs are going to be a little bit slower. But what I can see that could work for the sake of this team would be somebody like a Catherine in there. Then I would go with something like, let me go, because I think this is going to be the way, right? Radiance. It's going to be, then we're going to go with, what's his name? Garius. So wait, why did I put her? Not her. Catherine, right? So she can do the debuff immunity. Then put your damage dealers like this, whoever's gonna be. Then you're gonna want to look at an attack penalty, which I think for the attack penalty is gonna have to be Yola, so we can try and keep the pairing, right? So let's see Yola, and then I guess you're gonna try and look, okay, what do you have as 2 damage dealers that maybe can work in this pairing that are gonna be good, right? Because that's kind of like the key thing, but it might be tricky, right? It might be tricky. You might just have to bring some off affinity ones. So maybe you still go, if you have Premza, go with Premza and then go with somebody else that does maybe like him, right? Maybe with a Zorloth, or maybe it's gonna be Zadok because he also brings some summons, right? So he also can bring some summons. I think it was on this passive or not. Like, I don't know. Just, I'm gonna look at this team. I'm gonna see what I can do, and then I'm gonna make it so that, you know, if you don't have all the crazy stuff that I showed, you should be, you know, just to give you a team that is going to allow you to farm stage 12 of this boss. But we're gonna leave it at this for now. Thank you for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.